Hello, my name is Cindy Bruckheimer and I am the broker owner of Forever Homes Real Estate located in Madison, Connecticut. I know a lot of you guys were planning to list your home this spring and you're a little bit nervous about what's going to happen now that the spring market, well, it has not completely dried up. There are definitely people taking more precautions, people waiting a little longer to list. Buyers who were hoping to have a house are kind of holding off a little bit to see where things end up. So if you are planning to sell and waiting until the pandemic is, it's not gonna be over, but until things have slowed down and people are leaving their house a little bit more, I wanted to offer a few tips for everybody on what to be doing with this time to get yourself ready to list your home. Okay, tip number one. The first thing I want you guys to do is, whether you have a nice camera, an iPhone, go into each room and take a photo. Look at the picture. What looks good in the photograph? Are there prints that might not be appealing to the eye? Are there too many pictures on the wall? Does the room look cluttered? So go through and do that for each room, and room by room, go through and eliminate something. So I'm going to include a few before and after photos I have of certain rooms right now, and you can look through and see kind of what the difference is. Tip number two, start packing. Go through each room in a box, label it nicely, living room stuff for the living room, bedroom for the bedroom, and get rid of the things that you don't need on a regular basis. Pack them up, label them. It is also a very good time to start downsizing your stuff. So if this is something that you don't want to move and you're not going to be using in the next house, it is a really good time to get rid of it. So look for your local donation sites that are still working. I haven't checked recently, but I often use pickmeup.org, which is the Vietnam veterans. So that is a great way to start getting ready. Pack the stuff you don't need and get rid of the stuff you don't. Go room by room. This will make it feel not so overwhelming, and it will be really helpful. Time for pictures, time for listing. Clean those closets out. Empty closets show the buyer that there is room for them. Things that are overflowing or overly cluttered make the buyer feel like they might possibly outgrow the house. And the reason you're moving is because you've outgrown the house. So you don't want the buyer to feel like there's not enough space for them. Tip number three, go through each room with a new perspective. Look at it as the buyer would look at it. Start at your front door. Go to your front porch. Are there chipped paint? Is it a mess? Are there leaves in the corner? You want your first impression when someone walks in the house to be the best impression. So if you need to repaint your front door or fix a broken brick or stone, anything like that, that makes their first impression of the house, a good impression is really important. So go room by room with a discerning eye and really look and see what a buyer might look at that you've been overlooking for years. This is super important. So peeling paint, a loose floorboard, all of that stuff is things that the buyer is going to notice that you've been overlooking for years because you're so used to it. So room by room, go through with a sheet of paper and really look at your house like you were buying it. All right, tip number four, tackle those small repairs that you have been ignoring for very long. So for example, at my house, there is a sink where the cold water faucet doesn't work. I literally just use hot water to brush my teeth every day. So if I were to sell my house, I would 100% make sure that faucet was fixed. You should make sure that there's not loose doorknobs, that your railing isn't loose. Go through your light switch plates. If they are dirty, buy a new one. They are very cheap check out your toilet seats if that's something that needs to be replaced. You want the impression that your house is clean, that things are in good order, that you have been regularly maintaining things. If you didn't get your oil tank, if you are oil heat, make sure your oil tank has been serviced every year. Get a copy of those records for everybody. Have them right on your furnace at somewhere close by so that people could see that you've been taking care of your house. Trying to think what else. There's so many things that you want to be doing that show the buyer that you cared about the house, that the little things that you were able to overlook will be a big issue for them, because they're going to start to feel like you didn't take very good care of your house. So even if it's a little repair and you know about it, fix it before you list your house. And there are great YouTube videos if you are not handy, and if it's an outside job, I know there's lots of people that are still able to work outside. So feel free to reach out. I'm happy to recommend some people to you. Hook yourself up with a great agent right now. Be sure to find somebody who is good with technology, somebody who knows everything that we're going to have to bring into the process now that things have changed. Somebody who is good with social media, somebody who has, someone who does drone work, someone who does videos of the house, great photography. All of this stuff is very important because buyers are going to be shopping online. They always have been, but now it is even more important. You're going to have to set up virtual tours at some point. So it is really important that you find an agent not only who is experienced, who knows their stuff, but also is really, really up on technology. So very important, find yourself a good agent who has a great background with technology. And finally, the last thing I wanted to talk to you about are those of you who are in a rough situation right now. You needed to buy or sell your house now. Please don't feel like there is no hope. We still have many houses on the market. We are perfectly capable of selling your home during this time. Here at Forever Homes Real Estate, we are completely set up to handle all virtual showings, virtual open houses, e-signings, as we have always been. So please do not feel that this is a hopeless situation. I've had many homes go under contract during this time, and there is still hope. So if you are someone who really needs to sell your home right now, please feel free to reach out to us, and we will make sure that you are perfectly taken care of and handled in the best way possible. So I hope you guys are all staying safe and sane, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.